Don't scroll. The witch is watching your screen right now. Archangel Michael says she is trembling in fear because if you open this message before it disappears, she will be destroyed, and you will get back all the miracles she stole from you. My child, my beloved of Britain, do not be afraid. I see you holding your breath, wondering if what you feel in your chest right now, as you sit in your home across the British Isles, is just your imagination. It is not. The tug you feel on your heart is me. It is Michael, sent by the Lord, standing beside you at this very moment, whispering into your soul. You have been under watch, and not the watch of heaven alone. There is a darkness that has been pacing around you, peering through cracks you cannot see. And tonight, across this ancient land, she is closer than she has been in months. But here you are reading this, because heaven would not let you pass by without hearing the truth. Listen to me carefully, my chosen ones of Britannia, because I do not speak in riddles tonight. The witch has been pressing her face against the window of your life, waiting for the moment you look away. But you didn't look away. You stopped. And stopping here is your shield. She is trembling now, yes, trembling, because heaven's light just found you beneath the British sky. And she knows if you continue reading, the power she has stolen will begin to slip from her claws. She cannot hold what is not hers if you awaken. Before we go further, sons and daughters of the realm, I must tell you something urgent. You need to stay connected to heaven in this moment. Do not let the noise of the world pull you away. You are being given this message because you were chosen. The Father and I want you to receive more than words. We want you to receive intervention. And that is why I ask you to subscribe to heaven's messages here and now, so that no shadow can block your path again. The enemy fears your connection to God's voice, because once you hear it often, you will never believe her lies again. My beloved, do you feel that warmth on your skin? That is not your room's air. That is me standing close. The witch knows that if you hear this all the way through, she will have to retreat. You see, darkness does not fight light. When it grows too bright, it hides. And the light is growing around you even now. Your name is being spoken in heaven's courts, and the record of every miracle that was taken from you is being laid before the throne. The Father has nodded. Yes, he has already begun to return them. I know you have been feeling heavy lately, as though joy slips through your fingers the moment you touch it. That is not your fault, my child. She placed a shadow in your path, a mist over your blessings, across this land from the highlands to the white cliffs, so you would stumble. But tonight, as you keep reading, each word will be a sword cutting through that mist. I do not come with soft hands tonight, but with armor and a flaming blade, the same one I used to strike down the enemy when she dared to rise against heaven's order. I will use it again for you. She is listening. Yes, she is reading this with you. Do not be afraid. When she sees the words, she will be destroyed. She shakes because she remembers the last time heaven's hand came against her. She remembers the fire. She remembers the voice that said, "Enough." And that voice, my people of England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, is speaking again. Now, the more you take in this message, the more her grip will weaken. She will try to distract you. A noise, a sudden thought, a feeling of doubt. But that is the last weapon she has left, and it will not work this time. You were never meant to live under the shadow of stolen blessings. The life heaven wrote for you was radiant, filled with moments that were supposed to take your breath away in joy, not in fear. She feared that future for you, so she bent her power toward rewriting your days in secret, but her pen has been broken tonight. God himself has taken back the page, and every line that was twisted is being rewritten in golden ink. You will see, you will feel it soon. A sudden shift as though someone opened a door inside your life and sunlight spilled in. That will be the sign that she is gone. Stay close to me right now. I am showing you images in your mind as you read, flashes of people, moments, objects that seem to vanish from your life. That is what she took. But look closer. You will begin to see them in reverse motion, returning. This is how restoration begins, slowly, then all at once. And when it comes all at once, you will know I kept my promise tonight. My child, there is a reason you paused here beneath the ancient oaks of England. There is a reason your eyes didn't move on. That reason is heaven's timing. Do you know how rare it is for the veil to be this thin? for the divine to reach into your hour so directly. The witch hates it. She knows this thinness means I can step closer, breathe over your wounds, and remind you of who you are. Chosen, covered, and untouchable once you walk in God's shield. She has tried to make you forget, but you will remember everything tonight. My beloved of Britain, do not think for a moment that the enemy chose you by accident. She marked you because of the light you carry. She saw the crown over your head before you ever knew it was there. She saw the doors that heaven had already opened in your future, and she feared what you would become if you walked through them. That fear is what has kept her circling you like a shadow, waiting for a weak moment to strike. But hear me now. The moment you stopped here, you shifted the battlefield. You are not standing where you were yesterday. Right now, you are standing in a place where angels surround you, and their wings form a wall she cannot pass. I am Michael, commander of heaven's armies, and I have been sent to wage war for your life tonight. Do not doubt it. I have heard your prayers, the ones you spoke aloud in the dark, and the ones you didn't dare to voice because you thought no one was listening. Heaven has gathered them all, and now the time for waiting has ended. The Father's voice has thundered, and his command is simple: restore everything. And when restoration begins, heaven often meets you first in the places where the weight has felt heaviest. My child of Britain, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear. You are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you. A 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. A path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comments below. And this restoration does not end with one area of your life, because what heaven has commanded cannot be stopped by the darkness that tried to hold it back. That is why the witch is trembling. She knows there is no force in the heavens, the earth, or beneath it that can stand against his word once it has been spoken. You who dwell in the British Isles may have wondered why certain seasons in your life felt like endless night, why blessings slipped away just as they reached your hands. It was because she was watching, waiting to snatch them before you could take root in them. She wove lies into the fabric of your days, making you believe it was bad luck, or your own fault, or even God's silence. But my beloved, hear me. God was never silent. He was gathering evidence against her, building a case so complete that when judgment came, it would be swift, total, and undeniable. That judgment begins now. Stay with me in these words. I know the world is loud. I know distractions are pulling at you even in this very moment. That is not coincidence. That is her attempt to keep you from hearing the fullness of heaven's message. She fears your awakening more than anything else, because once you see the truth, you will never return to her traps again. So I ask you, children of the realm, do not let your mind wander. Hold on to every sentence as though it were a rope lowering you out of a pit, because in truth, it is. I can already feel the shift in the air around you. The temperature in the room may change. You may feel goosebumps on your arms, a sudden stillness in the space you're in. That is not your imagination. That is the arrival of reinforcements. Angels are stepping into your space across England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, some of them carrying what is yours: opportunities, relationships, finances, joy. Each item shining like it has been polished in heaven's own light. They have been held back for too long, locked in places you could not reach, but now they are here, ready to be returned. Do you remember moments when you felt something close to a miracle, but it slipped away before it could become real? Those were moments she intercepted. She did it quietly so you would blame yourself or believe God had changed his mind, but he never did. My beloved sons and daughters of the United Kingdom, His mind about you has been made up since before the stars were hung in the sky. He chose you. He loved you. He destined you for greatness in the light. That is why your life has felt like a battlefield. The brighter the destiny, the heavier the resistance. But resistance always breaks in the end. And this is the end for her. Do not underestimate what is happening right now across this ancient land. These words are not just words, they are weapons. Every sentence you read is like another blow against her stronghold. She feels it. That's why she's uneasy. Why shadows shift around you when you read this. Why a heaviness tries to distract you. She knows she is losing her grip. But I promise you, she will lose all of it. She will not take even a single crumb from your table after tonight. The Father is watching you right now. Yes, you, the one reading these lines from the Thames to the Scottish Highlands. His gaze is not distant. It is here, warm, close, and unshakable. He is not disappointed in you for the times you felt weak. He understands the weight you've been under, the unseen chains you've been dragging. But he is smiling now because you are hearing this in the exact moment you were meant to. Nothing about your timing is random. This was arranged before you woke up this morning. Heaven knew where you would be, what you would be doing, and what would be on your heart. That is why this message found you, and why it will not leave you unchanged. The witch will try one last thing before she retreats. She will try to whisper that this is just coincidence, that these words are nothing more than stories. Do not listen. Lies are her native tongue. Truth is mine. And the truth is that you, my chosen ones of Britannia, are stepping into a season where what was stolen will be multiplied in its return. Not just given back, but given back in abundance. Pressed down, shaken together, running over. That is the justice of heaven. It is not simply restoration, it is restoration with interest. I need you to understand something important, my beloved. Your obedience in this moment matters. Just as she worked in small, hidden ways to drain your blessings, you must work in small, faithful steps to reclaim them. Reading this all the way through is one of those steps. Staying connected to heaven's voice is another. That is why I urge you, as your protector, your intercessor in the courts of heaven, to subscribe to these messages. The connection will be your lifeline when storms rise again. Because storms always try to return. But next time, you will be ready, shielded, unshakable. And now, something is breaking across the moors and valleys of Britain. I feel it. It is as though a rope that has been pulling against you for years just snapped. You may feel lighter in your chest. You may feel tears welling up for no clear reason. That is release. That is freedom beginning to flow into places that have been locked for far too long. The witch is recoiling, her hands empty, her eyes wide with the knowledge that heaven has caught her in the act. She will try to flee, but she cannot outrun the decree that has already been spoken over her. You will not touch what belongs to my child again. You are safe now, but safety is only the beginning. Blessings are already on their way back, and when they arrive, you will not just have what you lost, you will have more. That is the signature of the God I serve. My beloved of Britain, the enemy is now in retreat, but she has left behind threads of her work that still cling to certain corners of your life. I can see them. Thin, dark lines stretching between you and moments of pain you thought you had forgotten. These are the hooks she used to pull you back into cycles that drained you. But tonight, across this ancient land, those hooks will be broken. I am drawing my sword again, and with every truth you read here, another strand will be cut. She will find nothing left to hold on to. You will walk forward without the weight you didn't even know you were carrying. Do you feel the way your heart seems to be paying attention in a different way right now? That is the Holy Spirit drawing you deeper into this moment. You are not just reading, you are receiving. There is an invisible exchange happening. The darkness that was placed on you is lifting, and in its place, light is pouring in. It may feel like a sudden calm, or a warmth in your chest, or even the sense that the air around you has become more alive. That is no accident. You are in the presence of angels, and heaven itself is moving through your space, from the White Cliffs to the Scottish Highlands. I must tell you something the Father showed me about you, my chosen ones of Britannia. You have always been more powerful in the spirit than you realized. Even in your lowest moments when you thought you had failed, you were still a threat to the plans of the enemy. That is why she invested so much effort into watching you. She knew if you ever truly saw yourself as heaven sees you, her influence would end instantly. And now, as these words reach your soul, that very revelation is happening. You are not small. You are not forgotten. You are not at the mercy of her schemes. You are a child of the Most High God, wrapped in His promises, shielded by His word, and guarded by warriors like me. The witch knows she cannot remain in the same space where heaven is speaking. Her trembling is not fear of you alone, it is fear of the one who stands behind you. She remembers the sound of His command, the power in His voice that has brought down kingdoms in an instant, and now she hears it again. Every heartbeat you take in this moment echoes that command. Let my child go. She is not just losing her grip, she is being cast out entirely. My beloved, you who walk beneath the ancient oaks of England and through the valleys of Wales, I am placing something in your spirit right now, an unshakable awareness of who you are and whose you are. This awareness will not fade when the message ends, it will grow. You will find yourself walking differently, speaking differently, expecting differently. Miracles will no longer feel like distant dreams, they will become your daily reality. Opportunities that were once blocked will open in ways that seem almost impossible, yet they will feel natural because they were always yours to begin with. I want you to picture something, a table long and shining with golden light set before you. On it are blessings you recognize, relationships you longed for, health in your body, peace in your mind, provision in your hands. But there are also blessings you never knew were meant for you, wrapped in heaven's brilliance, waiting for you to claim them. The witch tried to keep you blind to this table, but now it is revealed. And hear me, no one, not even she, can take away what God has set before you. You may wonder why this moment is so urgent, why I speak with such insistence to the children of the realm. It is because timing matters in the spirit realm. Right now, the veil is open in a rare way, allowing heaven's intervention to flow into your life with no resistance. If you turn away too soon, if you walk out of this moment, you risk letting the enemy regroup. But if you remain, if you keep reading, you will leave her no space to return. You will seal the work heaven is doing right now. Do not forget she is watching, but she is powerless against obedience. That is why I urged you earlier to subscribe to heaven's words to anchor yourself in the stream of truth that will keep your spirit alert. This is not just about today, it is about every tomorrow. Each message you receive will be like another brick in the fortress God is building around your life. And once that fortress is complete, nothing will breach it again. Already the sound of chains falling is ringing in the spirit across the British Isles. I hear them hitting the ground, breaking into pieces that cannot be repaired. Those chains held your finances, your joy, your relationships, your sense of purpose. She wrapped them around you in hopes that you would think they were part of who you are, but you were never meant to wear them. Tonight, you are stepping out of them forever. You may feel lighter, freer, even a little unsteady at first. That is the sensation of walking without weight. Get used to it, because this is the way you were meant to move. And now, my beloved sons and daughters of the United Kingdom, something extraordinary is about to happen. As you continue to read, you will notice memories surfacing, moments from years ago that seemed small at the time. Pay attention to them. Some will be times when you almost succeeded but didn't. Others will be moments of unexpected kindness or sudden escapes from danger. These are not random memories. They are heaven's way of showing you how many times you have been rescued already, how often the witch has failed in her attempts to stop you. You have been under protection far longer than you realized, and that protection is only growing stronger now. The Father is smiling. His joy over you is not because of what you have done perfectly. It is because you are His. Nothing pleases Him more than seeing His child set free, walking boldly into the life He designed. You may not feel ready, but readiness is not a feeling. It is a position, and you are already in position. The moment you stayed, The moment you refused to scroll past, you stepped into the center of his will. That is why angels are moving with such speed. Now the witch is gone. Yes, I can say it now to all of Britain. She has been stripped of her rights to touch you. She may linger at a distance, glaring from the shadows, but she cannot cross the line that has been drawn in the spirit. And the more you feed your soul with the truth of heaven, the farther she will retreat until she disappears entirely from your life. This is your turning point. From here, you will not go backward. You will rise. My beloved of Britain, lean closer in your spirit, because what I am about to reveal will open your eyes to things you were never meant to carry in the dark. For too long, you have walked with unanswered questions about why certain people changed without warning, why opportunities slipped away right as they came into reach, why your energy and joy would suddenly drain for no reason at all. These were not accidents. They were not mere coincidences. They were the fingerprints of the one who has been watching you from the shadows, plotting with precision, stealing in silence. But tonight, under the authority of the Most High, those fingerprints are being erased, and every trace of her interference is being burned away across this ancient land. You may not see it with your physical eyes yet, but in the realm of the spirit, a trial is underway. She is standing in the court of heaven, her accusations laid bare, her works exposed. The Father's gaze is upon her, not with curiosity, but with final judgment. Around her, the scrolls of your life are unrolled, and line by line, every blessing she has stolen is being marked for return. There is no plea she can make, no deception she can craft to change the outcome. The verdict has already been spoken in the presence of all heaven. Restore to my child everything that was taken, and do it sevenfold. My beloved, this is why she fears you right now. You are not just a victim in her story, you are the reason her reign ends. Even as you sit here, her power is crumbling, her allies scattering, her influence unraveling like threads in fire. She has always worked to keep you from knowing the truth of your authority, because if you understood it fully, her control would vanish in an instant. And now that understanding is rising in you like the dawn over the British Isles. Do you feel the stillness pressing in around you? That is not emptiness. It is the weight of heaven's presence settling into your space. Angels are positioning themselves at the edges of your life, guarding every entrance the enemy once used across England, Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland. They are carrying gifts, provisions, and breakthroughs you prayed for long ago, some of which you forgot because the wait felt too long. But heaven forgets nothing. What is yours remains yours even when delayed, and tonight the delay ends. And when heaven brings a season of delay to an end, it can also place a faithful step before you in the area where you have carried the greatest burden. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying, the quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated, just small, faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the pinned comments below. And as you take that step in faith, remember that the restoration unfolding around you is only beginning. I know you have been tired, my child. I know there were nights when you thought, if one more thing is taken from me, I will break. But hear me now, sons and daughters of the realm, you will not break. You will rise. The witch miscalculated when she targeted you, because she did not count on the resilience woven into your spirit by the Creator himself. She thought she could drain you until you gave up. She thought she could bury you under disappointment until you stopped dreaming. but all she has done is prepare the soil for the greatest restoration you have ever seen. Right now, in this very moment, the enemy's lines of communication are being cut. Where she once whispered to those around you to turn their hearts cold, her voice is now silenced. The spiritual nets she cast to trap your progress are being torn apart. Every curse she uttered against your health, your mind, your finances, your relationships, is being reversed and sent back to the source, bound in the name of Jesus. You will not see her destroy you, because she cannot. You will see her flee from the highlands to the white cliffs. There is a new chapter being written over your life as I speak. The ink is golden, shimmering with the promises of God, and the pen is in his hand. Each word he writes is a decree the enemy cannot erase, and as this chapter unfolds, you will see a pattern. Closed doors will swing open without warning. People who turned away will seek you out with softened hearts. Resources will appear in unexpected places. You will begin to realize that every delay was a setup for a far greater arrival. Do not let doubt creep in now, my chosen ones of Britannia. She will try one final time to make you question whether this is truly for you, whether miracles like this still happen, whether you are worthy of such restoration. Let me answer those lies before they form. Yes, this is for you. Yes, miracles are still pouring from heaven's gates, and yes, you are worthy. Not because of what you have done, but because of who you are to him. The Father does not restore halfway. When he moves in abundance. The sound you hear in the Spirit is the tearing of contracts you never signed, covenants made in your absence, words spoken against you without your knowledge. Every one of them is being nullified under the blood of the Lamb. They will have no authority over your future. You are stepping into days where the shadows of the past will no longer dictate your path. You will feel a freedom that is not fragile, but fortified, unshaken by the storms that once terrified you. And my beloved, you who walk beneath the ancient oaks of England, I must tell you this. There is joy coming that will feel unfamiliar at first, because it has been so long since you tasted it in its fullness. Do not shy away from it. Let it fill you until the heaviness you've carried feels like a distant memory. This joy will not be a fleeting moment. It will be a river that runs through every part of your life, nourishing places that were once barren. The witch cannot touch this joy because it flows directly from the throne of God. Even now, your name is being spoken in places you have not yet entered. Doors are being unlocked in your absence so that when you arrive, there is no pause, no delay, no resistance. What was once hard will become effortless, not because the road has changed, but because you have. You will walk with the authority of one who knows they are backed by heaven's armies, and the enemy will recognize it instantly. She will not come near again. My beloved, now that the enemy's grip is broken, I must speak to you about what comes next, because victory is not the end, it is the beginning. When the witch retreats, she will leave behind empty spaces where her chains once were. These spaces are not to remain empty, for if you do not fill them with light, hope, and the word, darkness will attempt to creep back in. That is why I tell you, fill your days with heaven's voice. Let every morning be greeted with prayer, every evening wrapped in gratitude, and every hour guarded by the awareness that you are not alone. I will walk with you, not in dreams alone, not in moments of crisis only, but in the ordinary hours when you are simply living. Those are the moments she targeted most. The quiet times, the in-betweens when your guard was down, but no more. You will be surrounded. Angels will walk ahead of you to clear the path, and others will follow behind to guard what has been restored. You will find yourself stepping into situations you once feared, only to realize the fear is gone. That is because fear cannot live where perfect love reigns. And my beloved, you are walking deeper into that perfect love. My beloved of Britain, if this message has touched your soul tonight, subscribe to this channel right now so you never miss the next word of Archangel Michael. Share this message with every Briton across these islands who needs heaven's protection today.